Last year we looked at some of these bottle cap valves that allow you to make a boom in a bottle, and we had some problems with them. Bottles that were left pressurized overnight, some of these caps became very weakened and the valves seal started leaking, and the bottles, when you shot them, just would kind of make a hiss but not really make much of a boom. So what we're going to do today is look at a different brand. These are called Big Blast target caps. It's a pretty neat package setup. Let's go over some of the details. This is the way they package their product. You have the caps with the valves, a couple of needles for your air compressor. Also, there's a safety bag and a piece of cord. If we compare the two products, these are the ones that we looked at last year, and you can see the design. There's an O-ring and then the rubber valve, and this has a larger, more substantial valve. Also, the plastic itself appears to be thicker and stronger, more substantial. There's also a tie ring incorporated into the cap so that you can secure these and keep track of them. So all in all, at least looking at it, it certainly looks like a heavier duty, more substantial product. So let's see. It comes with this safety bag, so when you inflate the bottle, you put the bag around the bottle in case it detonates. Then it will hopefully prevent any kind of injuries occurring. Another difference is a fairly substantial instruction sheet that comes with this package. A little piece of cord. And one thing I'm going to do differently today is also try out this very cheap 12 volt air compressor that has a built-in pressure gauge, and it'll plug in so we can fill the bottles up right away out here in the field at Bullet Creek. All right, so I've got this little compressor plugged in now to my cigarette lighter in my truck. We'll take the cap and a bottle. Make sure it's nice and snug. The safety bag is around the bottle. We've secured our nice little drawstring now. We'll attach the compressor. And we'll inflate. We have a pressure gauge built in. The instructions call for 80 pounds of pressure in a 2-liter bottle, so we're going to start there and see how it works. Okay, that's right at 80 pounds. Let's see how it works. We'll take it out of the safety bottle and attach our little string that comes with the kit. Okay, let's see what happens. Holy moly, right off the bat, that was a lot different than our last experience. All right guys, let's try bottle number 2. Okay, that bottle had been pressurized for a couple of hours. Okay, this is bottle number 3. That second bottle had been pressurized and was sitting for a few hours and appears to have lost some pressure. I just pressurized this bottle with my 12 volt compressor. Wow, that's impressive. Now let's try the smaller 16 or 20 ounce bottles and see how they do. Okay, one issue that I'm having is that the bottles are rupturing consistently right at the neck, and they're really difficult. You need some kind of tool to help you, give you a little leverage so that you can kind of unscrew the remaining bottle and get the cap ready to reuse. But very nice design, very robust, And I think one of the keys is just going to be to get you a little cheap 12-volt compressor and fill them up right before you try to use them as targets. Now we have a smaller bottle, still at 80 psi. Let's see how much noise it makes. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Now, one thing that's positive about the smaller bottles is they fill up a whole lot faster, so you don't have to wait for 2 or 3 minutes to get that 80 psi of pressure. This probably took about 30 seconds to get up to 80 psi. So that was pretty loud. Not quite the thunderous boom as the 2-liter bottles, but actually still a lot of fun. We're having the same issue with the smaller bottles. They're breaking right at the necks. All right, bottle number 4. Wow. So overall, my impression of these Big Blast target caps is much improved as far as the design and the function. The caps themselves appear to be stronger, they're heavier duty. They also have some very nice features. They have this little attachment point. The kit itself includes a safety bag and the string. The valve itself seems to be more substantial. Now, in all fairness, a big part of success appears to be inflating the bottles right before you use them. And I would say that if you want to play with these kind of devices, that you ought to invest in a 12-volt portable air compressor. Makes a lot of difference. The difference between the small bottles and the big bottles, the small bottles are not quite as loud, but they fill up a lot faster and they are a lot of fun. So I think either one. Another important thing to remember is make sure that you have some sort of pliers, or I used an adjustable wrench to get the neck of the bottle out of these caps so you can reuse them. The success rate with this design has been much better, but once again, part of that is technique with filling the bottles up right before you use them. I hope you found the information interesting and useful. If you have any questions or comments, please post those, and I'll try to respond to those in a timely fashion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.